but is worse as a primary engage tool. You know, you are lacking a little bit as far as that goes, but a lot of ability to play towards side lanes with the Rise, with the Pantheon, with a pretty powerful 2v2 on bot side. I do like the go buttons more B-Boy and Seos that Contracts was able to earn, which I would say totally worth at the end of the day.
Okay, Seos and B-Boy stepping up, getting a lot of burst on a Berserker there who barely stays alive, levels up for a little bit of extra healing, but now there's your Grand Starfall. Contracts coming in, tries to flash follow, goes after Berserker, finds the kill. Now Inspired about to die. Seos gonna grab that one. It's a 2-0. It's all out the window. This is really big for Shopify because Inspired was one of the deaths.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's a big deal. You know, he is going to be set back a fair bit there. Thankfully, he did not waste his flash. You know, Inspired quickly recognized that it was a losing play, just, you know, holds on to the flash. Obviously, he did use the Cyclone, but that is going to be back up here pretty soon.
Right.
It is about that 1,000 gold lead for Shopify, and I got to say, Fudge is doing really well on that top side.
Okay, bottom side though, Berserker again gonna be in some trouble. B-Boy and Seos are running the show. A powerful 2v2. Now LYON, they're going to start up the first Drake of the game here, 10 minutes in. It's a pretty late first Drake, but they will secure it without any answer from Shopify.
Yeah, that really sucks. They thought that they had him.
That's rough, man.
Did Berserker not have his arrow when he walked up there?
Oh. He might not have, but now immediately the Grand Starfall, the response is there. Contracts has already found the first kill, but Zinni dies immediately right after. It's a 1-for-1 here at the very start. Inspired tries to get away. Contracts on the hunt, grabs the double kill. Inspired is already down. Contracts continues chasing, but he will be shut down now by Saint. The Azir still fighting. Finds a triple kill. LYON's mid laner stepping up right when the team needs him most.
Yeah, that is not good there for Shopify, as everything kind of had been going their way, but Saint walks away with a triple kill. He's going to get a play off the back of that. He's going to be going home with so much gold.
Oh, but now Dokla could be in a little bit of danger here. Fudge chasing after him, looking for the solo kill. Dokla at 100 HP does have to flash away. Doesn't want Fudge being
carries. I think you're pretty sad if you're B-Boy that you got none of the kills, though, just the 4 assists.
Yeah, but now Shopify looking to make another play here. Inspired's going to be their target, trying to defensively Cyclone. Encore flies through, and Saint's already on a rampage. Seos is down, but so is Inspired. However, B-Boy falling means another double kill for Saint. The Azir is such a terror, but immediately Contracts and Fudge are ready to answer. Berserker and Saint both fall. What starts out as a 2-for-1. Take the long way around. Unfortunately for him, it's more than just Zinni. With Contracts and Seos both hanging around and Dokla only at about 300 HP, there's not really any way out, so Contracts can pick that one up. Killing spree, level 10, easy peasy, nothing to it.
Potentially have a fight there, but yeah, Berserker walked back into it, try to block for Saint. The damage ended up hitting.
Obnoxious for Dokla to try to deal with. You already talked about the Comet. Right now, LYON is going to try to make the play onto Zinni here in the top side. Inspired's first Cyclone won't even hit the knockup, but the second one gets the job done, and immediately the crushing blow secures the kill.
Able to grab a nice kill there onto Zinni, and Saint is just getting so far ahead. Yeah, B-Boy still has a decent lead, but again, B-Boy did not get a single kill in any of those fights. He has only assists, and so B-Boy is not accelerating.
Are 3,000 gold ahead, but Saint is so far ahead of Zinni that he offsets it. Now, Contracts and Seos trying to make the play here, find a pick onto Inspired. They stun up the right Wukong. There's no clone left to try to save him. Contracts goes on a rampage, and honestly, well, he can dispense.
And do not dispense it to the other team,
those
importantly.
Lows. Yes, yes. If you give the other team the bread, you're going to have a problem. Isles immediately chunked low, taken out before the fight even starts. Isles with a defensive Cyclone here. Contracts is about to die at the very start. Crushing blow takes him out. Meanwhile, off on the left, Shopify trying to kill Dokla, but they won't quite find the damage. Inspired falls to Zinni over the wall. Fudge barely staying alive. LYON trying to get something back, and Saint at least takes out Fudge there with the Emperor's Divide. Now Saint's got to try to get away from this one. Zinni still making a little bit of space for himself. Berserker, Dokla, they want to try to collapse here. And Zinni realm warps away.
That was nicely timed. Kills the minion.
Chip damage there with the rocket. As LYON are still thinking about contesting this. It would be sole point if they could force Shopify back and make the play, but now B-Boy's going to get caught. Gets himself away with about half HP still left. Seos trying to escape from Saint, who's chasing after that enemy support. The Cloud Drake is claimed by Contracts. LYON still fighting as a unit. Dokla grabs the kill on a Fudge. B-Boy still barely standing at about 100 HP. The volley flies out, but it won't find the damage here just yet. Saint over the wall with the damage onto Zinni. Zinni takes him out. out, though. LYON manages to pick up the extra kill there onto B-Boy. Shopify now have the Dragon aggro themselves. Everybody is so cautious on this one. Over the wall, goes Inspired here with a blast cone, but Contracts is ready to try to focus him down. Inspired staying alive for now. Contracts has to flash back away. Inspired still waiting and looking. Gets back over the wall here with his own flash. Zinni's going to be targeted by Dokla. The arrow flies out. It forces the stasis. Zinni's still alive for now, but immediately LYON is ready to try to collapse. But Zinni goes on a killing spree. Inspired is already down. Now Isle's going to be your next target. Fudge and Contracts putting in the work. Contracts takes the kill. Saint zoning Seos away. Zinni is the only one dead here on the Shopify Rebellion side. Saint still looking for something, but there's nothing to find. Shopify have total control over the Drake pit, and they will secure that Cloud Drake for themselves. Saint is still hanging around. Contracts gets flipped back, but Saint will not find a kill. He gets the Guardian Angel at least. Fudge now getting torn apart by the focus fire from Berserker. Contracts ultimately dies, and Shopify lose 2 more on the back end of the fight. What a mess!
They get the Dragon, but look at the death timers. You're going to have both the Seraphine as well as the Wukong back up. You can take the mid-tier 1, and then you can even potentially go to Baron with 30 seconds still on to 3v3 here.
Yeah.
You know, all these different skirmishes. But at the end of the day, Shopify lose out big time.
Yeah,
and look at the damage he got done.
Yeah, initially I was a little bit worried. I was like, Saint, why are we hanging around here, brother? The fight feels like it's already lost, but there's a reason he's playing and I'm talking about it, because he has so much of an understanding of what his champion does, what his limits are, and he made that into an absolutely phenomenal swing for LYON. We're now 3,500 gold ahead, but now Contracts makes his entry into the fight, going after Isles, but that doesn't matter. Isles survives, Contracts already down, B-Boy dies next. Fudge is on the flank, but who cares? The Scion to the back line doesn't matter when you've already lost your jungler and your AD carry. I think this is just the end of the game.
It looks like it is the end of the game. It's 5 members here from LYON with the Baron buff in the base. No shot for Shopify.
Yeah, Shopify Rebellion, they tried to make their move, and that move did not work. LYON, they struggled in the early game, but they pulled it back. Contracts' early kills in the Pantheon, again, will not translate into a win. Saints Azir, the hero of the day, here in game number 1, 18-15. It was a bloody battle, but LYON take the first game.
Nicely done there by LYON. Huge game. Much this split. Yeah, no, not at all. 0 games that I see globally.
All right, I feel better about
not
forgetting
even
this
just
character was
top
in the
4.
game.
Not even just top 4, like period, in any of the regional leagues or anything. So it is not played a lot at all.
Well, Shopify is going to go ahead and begin the first Drake of the game here for themselves, and it really doesn't look like LYON have a whole lot to say about it. The bottom lane has rotated over. Zinni has control over mid, so Contracts will pick that one up for free.
Yep. All things said, one from Shopify in the area. Now Caitlyn is heading down towards bot, but just surprised.
Yeah, they put a little bit of burst there onto Saint, but now immediately Inspired goes in after Zinni. Shopify trying to rally around their mid laner. Zinni staying alive for now, but the burst is coming through. First blood for Inspired. Saint's got to be careful, trying to get away. Cannot find himself over the wall as Inspired falls. Saint's about to die here too. Wants to try to escape, but where in the hell is he even going to go? Sure, he can flip over the wall. Gets through, but a magical journey, the blast cone. How long has it been since someone damaged him? Tempered fit. All right, he's dead.
Not long enough.
Nope. Contracts takes him out. Shopify comes out on top, 2-1. How these two can affect those team fights. MasterCard Power Spike complete there. Sundered Sky for Inspired. Even though Contracts got the 2 kills in the fight, Inspired got the first blood like we already mentioned, so it's still just a slight advantage for Contracts in terms of the money as Shopify look to make their move on Saint. They catch him out there. Nice Cosmic Binding, locks him into the wall. Contracts sets it up and takes yet another kill. Isle's going to be their target next. Wild Growth on himself to stay alive. Contracts charges forward here with another EQ, and Zinni grabs the kill, but now he's under pressure. Shopify trying to get something here more as Inspired's down to 200 HP. Contracts picks him up. Berserker still fighting. Flashes over the EQ. He takes out B-Boy. Berserker is standing and fighting, and Contracts is about to drop. Isaac, I think Yunara's online. Isles, however, working with Berserker, the Yunara Lulu combo. I talked about how bad the win rate is so far, but LYON's looking to fix that now. Seos gets away over the wall. Berserker being kept alive here with a Wild Growth. Has to use the ulti E to get back out of the Cataclysm as Shopify continues to look for more. Fudge has showed up. Berserker's going to be the target. Fudge goes in, call the Meek for the initial damage, but B-Boy picks up the shutdown. Huge there for Shopify.
Yeah, really nice. And we're able to punish the fact that Berserker did not have sums. I will also say someone should have blocked the ace in the hole onto Berserker. You do not want him taking all of that random damage.
Yep.
Because if you actually...
As he tries to land that crunch, wants to continue the chase because he's got Saint behind him. They know if they can kill off this Vex, it would be exactly what they need, but the Mega Gnar misses. Zinni still takes a chunk of damage. However, Dokla also knocked down to about half HP. No teleport available on Zinni's Vex, so he's going to go back to base, heal up. Inspired has already started up the Rift Herald as the Tempered Fate from Seos does not hit a target in mid lane.
Yeah, Berserker gets sped up and is able to just kind of walk out of that. Trying to get back towards the tower. Nice traps from B-Boy, but he's able to just fit in between them and kind of just slides through. But in that bot side, Renekton has just been pushing. No one has answered Renekton for a long time. He took down the tier 1 bot, and he's been working on this tier 2 for a while now. And finally, we're going to see someone go down there and actually answer as Dokla's going to be fighting him.
Yeah, Dokla goes after him immediately. Lands a couple of procs of the Hyper as Isles rotates through. They might really commit to trying to get a kill onto Fudge here, but Contracts and Seos are both nearby. Polymorph onto the Dominus Renekton. As Fudge goes on a magical journey, Seos has to flash over the wall, keeping himself alive for now. Mega Gnar back into that same terrain he flashed over, though. And LYON
does if you're not one-shotting someone.
Yeah, well, Inspired jumps in for a quick burst here onto Fudge. Doesn't get a whole lot of damage, but he lets him know that he's here, and that gives enough space for Dokla to just take down this tier 1 turret here in the bottom lane. Obviously, each side has already lost a turret thus far, so it's not like you're going to get the first turret bonus. But Jarvan Flag in there is going to see the control ward now as the Rift Herald is summoned up by Inspired. I expect this to be a battle, Herald. Let's see where it goes. Cupcakes blocking off the escape route there on the ramp. Berserker fires a shot into Seos, but Fudge is going to be the focus here at the very start of everything. Has to flash away, keeping himself alive for now, as Inspired is also going to be bursted into 1-for-1 here at the very beginning, but now Seos falls 2-for-1, favoring LYON, making a 3 as Contracts flashes for nothing. Dokla barely staying alive through the headshot as Berserker, again, the aggressive flashes to sidestep the enemy damage. Conmay's step underneath the enemy tier 2 turret just shoots him right in the face. Berserker is fearless on the Yunara.
Inspired just kind of flies into the backline. He dies, but he actually created so much chaos, bought a lot of space for the fears him. B-Boy's on him. Contracts turns. They do get this kill, but look at Fudge on the other side. He's knocked out of the fight. Berserker is completely untouched. Both games feel kind of the same, where it's going all right, but we might see a fight.
Okay, immediately Contracts jumping in after Berserker. Ace in the hole hits him, and the shutdown's there. Zinni gets the kill, and they take out the Fed enemy AD carry.
And again, the ace in the hole was not blocked. It seemed like it snuck through around the side there. So B-Boy able to bend the bullet and get that one in. It is that pick prior to it, but Saint has spotted it.
Yeah, Saint on the Akali. Very slippery champion. Going to continue trying to run. Immediately feared. Pops the smoke. Continues trying to escape. Another shuriken flip. Wants to turn it around back onto Zinni, but no. The shutdown goes to the Vex. Zinni 4-2-3 here on this pocket pick, and now it's not the same story as before. It's not just a pick with nothing else you can do right after. They got a 5v4 as the dragon spawns.
It's really nicely played by Zinni as well. He just gets point blank and uses the W to land that fear, make sure he's not going to miss with the Q or something like that.
Yep.
And does get themselves that kill. There's no TP on Saint either, so Shopify going for this. Inspired's in the back of the pit, though.
Yeah, Inspired looking to potentially steal this one away. Zinni flashes in the middle of everybody, immediately goes golden right after. Berserker going to be the target here yet again. Flashes away from that Cataclysm, finds the kill to Contract. Berserker is shredding everybody. Shopify lost the plot. If you don't kill Berserker, you don't win the fight. And LYON make them learn it the hard way.
Dokla had pinned Zinni, and on the other side, Inspired in a 1v2 kills the Caitlyn off as the Vi. LYON crushed the fight, down a man. They lose 0.
He's got Infinity Edge now, by the way. And Isles is never more than 300 units away from him.
Yep.
It's such a nightmare for Shopify. Pushing the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Dokla is the first one to break into the enemy base just by himself, forcing Fudge back, taking out the tier 3 turret. He's now exposed to the inhibitor, and he demands attention. Contracts and Zinni both rotating up here, trying to answer the Gnar. Meanwhile, it's a 3-pronged attack. Berserker is taking a little bit of damage here. Mall security has showed up. Apparently, he's hanging out in the store a little too long.
But where is Isles? right there on the rope.
Right there
where you need him.
Right there in the soup aisle. Saint gets back here in the mid lane. Dokla tries to jump in, go for the Mega Gnar. Finds a slam into the wall. Zinni goes golden, but Seos is already down. Saint grabbing that kill as he gets a double there. Enemy mid laner gone. The Vex win rate is not going up today as Berserker's looking to grab another one here onto Contracts. Killing spree for the Yunara. LYON pick up 4 kills. Fudge teleports 3 feet to his turret because there's nothing else he can do. It's the entire LYON squad. Not a single man died. Pushing on to the Nexus now, 18-9, 30 minutes into the game. This will be the first 2-0 LYON has played in these 3 weeks of spring, and they'll sweep Shopify Rebellion.
Nicely done there by LYON. Showcasing